Welcome back, Wicketers. We are back at it once again, and look who has returned from his hiatus. I'll let him start this off first.
Hello, I'm back. The best host Ollie Bloomfield is back. I'm sorry about last week. I was didn't feel that great, but now I'm back, and the podcast is now going to be 10 times better.
That's what he says, but I'm your other co-host, Saran, and today we're back at it once again. We've got quite a lot to discuss, but I think we both know what's first on the table.
Yeah, West Indies, Australia, of course.
I think that comes a little bit later. We've got a lot. I've got some opinions on that, but now we have the serious stuff. The England and India. If my eyes aren't watering. Right then, what are your thoughts? Let's hear from the man himself. We didn't hear much of him last week, so I'm gonna give him a chance.
Well, we'll just start from the beginning before we get to the ranty part. Um, in India's first innings, they got 358. Uh, the no one scored big really for them. It was
Mhm.
everyone just got decent scores, so they got a good score.
Yeah.
Then Ben Stokes was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Ben Stokes was.
24 overs. He got on his own little. He bowled some long spells. He's really
He
proving
got
his fitness. Because the thing about
he got
alright, you go first.
he got fiver.
Yep,
England picked up bowlers. You would definitely say. Um,
yep.
England worst bowler there probably being Cars for the entire game.
It's not often
Didn't
we
play
say
well.
that. Bryden Cast is usually he's been good the entire series. It's just this game he's looked a bit ineffective.
No, the problem is obvious straight away. Why has Cars and Wokes played 4 games in a row?
Oh yeah.
It
Mhm.
That is why I would like to start with my first run, the England bowling attack.
Mhm.
It was poor. It Especially in that India second innings. I know wasn't the pitch wasn't great for the bowlers, but still, it was just really poor. And we was relying too much on Stokes being fit. As Stokes picked up a mini injury in his batting performance. So the spin wasn't working. Dawson, it was better than Bashir, but still not good enough.
Yeah, but it's his first test after 8 years. I think we can let him off the hook this one time.
Yeah, in second innings, Dawson, of course, got a wicket in his first innings, what was nice to see. But in the second one, he got 0 wickets, but the economy was low, 2.02.
It,
So,
what we can say for Bashir.
yeah, Bashir would have been about 4. So, better than Bashir. Um, yeah, just poor. So then, if you look at England's batting innings, it was great. It was brilliant, all round, just great batting from most people out there.
Oh
Um,
yes,
but
669. Yeah, that was really good.
let's Joe Root,
What can
Joseph
we
Root,
what can we say about him?
the greatest cricketer of all time. Once again proved why he will chase down Tendulkar's record. He will chase it down.
He will. I'm
I've
pretty
got
sure he's only 2,000 runs away now.
Give it at least 2 years, and the record will be his as the most Test
Yeah.
runs ever.
Mhm.
After mind you, to overtake 3 people in one innings, so that was
Yep.
great. It was nice to see
Incredible.
Stokes to finally find some batting form.
Yeah, that
141.
141 was very important for him, especially coming back, needing to prove his
Yeah.
fitness. That little marathon innings and his little marathon bowling, that was very impressive.
And to my surprise, all the top 3 got 50 plus. I mean,
Yep. I know we
Crawley got 8.
Yeah, on this podcast, we've talked a lot about the top order of England, and we've had so many different arguments between those. But I feel like this is one of those times where it's finally come together, and they've actually put together a solid performance for once. Wouldn't you
Crawley
agree?
got 84. Yeah, Doak, Ducky and Crawley, great first partnership. 166 first partnership to get England going.
Hmm.
Then Pope came and got 71. It was a great start to what surprised a lot of people.
Yep. Especially with the criticism that's come in for Zach Crawley and Ollie Pope. I feel like they've answered that pretty well in this test. But it all comes down to the final test. It all comes down
Yeah.
to that, like whether
And
England should look to replace one of Crawley or Pope, or
and
what.
they won't do that. They won't do that now. But
Yeah.
then I'll tell you now, after this innings, that will be your top three going to the Ashes. Do I agree with it? They're good batters, but I would like to see Bethel in there. But
Yeah, I completely agree. Jacob Bethel in that he needs to be somehow he needs to be in that top order.
I, I think that will be your top seven going to the Ashes.
Hmm.
Smith, Stokes, Brooks, Root, Pope, Duckett, Crawley. Unless there's an injury, I don't see them making changes.
Hmm. And it's gonna
India's,
yeah. Okay.
India's bowling was poor, real poor.
It was really poor. I'm gonna go on this mini rant yet again. What they've done compared to England, they've rotated their bowlers a lot more. Now, they've rotated the pace bowlers a lot more than the spin bowlers. And I think there's one spinner that comes into everyone's mind when we think about this test series, Kuldeep Yadav. He's been running the drinks the entire time, yet I've been ranting about this before, and so many times. I think I've already done it like twice at this point. He needs to be in that test team on playing all formats. Kuldeep Yadav is that type of X Factor bowler that India need to include, especially considering the fact Washington Sundar, Ravindra Jadeja, they're not leg spinners. They were threatening on that pitch, but the issue was the fact that England batters were set at that time. Washington Sundar, he came too late. Shubman Gill's captaincy was abysmal at some points. He kept
Yes.
he kept bowling Bumrah for so many spells and the Pacers for so many spells that they dropped so much pace that they lacked any kind of bite. I feel like this is exactly what India wanted to avoid with Bumrah and the other fast bowlers. Because instead of bringing in someone like Prasid Krishna, who's really quick and is able to find that bounce consistently as that enforcer, they bring in a new person like Anshul Kamboj. Oh, he was disappointing. That really was disappointing.
Yeah. He just. I think another mistake from Shimon Gill was that opening the new ball with him and Bumrah.
Exactly.
Why are we not open with Siraj?
He's been
Why
so
is it
threatening
all
the entire series. Siraj, he's been amazing. The fact I
with the new ball
understand.
there? Then
Yeah. No, but I understand. Like you're trying to expose Anshul Kamboj to like they're trying to bring him into that like seam bowling role. But the issue is the series is 2-1. England were in a really good position considering the time that India had finished batting. So the issue was you need to put your strike bowlers in first. That's why you have Jasprit Bumrah bowling. But obviously, because his workload hasn't been managed very well, I don't expect him to play the fifth test. If he plays that fifth test, he would not be that enforcer Bumrah that we've seen in that third test.
I think he will play it,
It shouldn't be. He shouldn't play it though.
but I
He
think he will.
probably will, but he shouldn't be.
Then say with England bowl, you look at England bowlers. The rumor going out there is that they're changing the entire bowling lineup for the
They
fifth
are,
test.
yeah. Mhm.
That Archer, Cost, and Wokes, none of them will play,
Mhm.
and I would agree because I reckon we will go with. We've just brought Jamie Overton's squad. I think Overton will play, or he wouldn't have been brought in the squad.
He will.
I think Gus Axton will play, and probably Josh Song.
I think they'll manage Gus Atkinson carefully though. Like he won't bowl as much as I think the other two will because he's only just
That
come back from an injury.
Yeah, but that what people's been thinking this entire series about Stokes and Archer. But they bowled loads.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it'll all depend
So
on the day. So, what do you see England's bowling attack being for the fifth test? Who do you see bowling then?
Dawson, Overton, Atkinson, and Tong.
Okay. I feel like,
I
yeah,
I still could bowl it because I think Tong proved in the first two tests that
the
he
mop.
can take that he can mop up the low low order. But
Mhm.
we've ever since he's came out, we've actually struggled to do. So hopefully he can bring that back in. Gus Axton is just great.
He's an
He can
all-round
bat
player.
too. He can bat too. So
That's the biggest
got
difference
that
between India and England right now. The fact that,
the
it,
batting there. Yeah.
yeah, and I feel like this is why India's being so careful with their bowling attack. They're not bringing in Kuldeep Yadav because they want to keep those bowlers in that can bat. Kuldeep can't bat. We all know that. But I think it's so important. That's why you have like spinners, elite spinners that are being able to bat. Like look at people like Rashid Khan and then Adil Rashid, Shadab Khan. Like those three, they're elite spinners. They're in that top class of spinning options, but then they're able to bat as well.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest difference. Even look at Sunil Narayan, probably one of the best T20 spinners to this day. Even he can bat, and we've seen him in the IPL. He is a pinch hitter. If Kuldeep Yadav is able to increase his batting, then he'll be able to break into that team. But that's India's main concern.
And that's my problem with Bashir at the Ashes.
Yeah, he
He
can't bat.
can't.
That's
That
why
why,
bringing in Dawson is so much better.
or look at someone else if Dawson doesn't play well in the fifth test, like Rian Ahmed.
Or
Well,
Tom Hartley
the,
even.
the form Rian Ahmed's in.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
It's very hard for England to ignore now.
but the problem would be that he won't bat at three.
Hmm.
He'll come in and he wouldn't bat at three. Only
But
if you move Ollie Pope up the order. I think that's option because he played at number 7 against New Zealand, Ollie Pope.
yeah. No, but
So I
I
think we could
think
do that.
Rehan Ahmed's style of play, it will be able to match whatever position he plays in. Like, for example, he can be opening. Like, let's say they think of something really random. They put Ben Duckett, they move the order down by one and put Rehan Ahmed up to open with Zach Crawley. He's like the kind of pinch hitter, counter attacker, Sunil Narayan, like in IPL. So if he does that, the worst situation that happens is that he loses his wicket. But then even then, you have Ben Duckett coming in,
Oh
and
no
then
no 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 no! You don't move Ben Doggett from opening. You don't do that.
the but Ben Duckett, he's a top order batsman. He's able to bat anywhere
No
in the top
no
three.
no no no. You've got to keep that open.
No,
You can't.
I've said theoretically. This isn't like set in stone. This is not my opinion. I'm just saying it
Okay, okay.
hypothetically.
Just making sure. Just making
Yeah,
sure.
just
But
don't
you
worry.
can't
I'm
do
not
that.
crazy. But like, if Rehan Ahmed is opening, the worst that can happen, he loses his wicket, and England lose a wicket. But guess what? 10 other batters to come in.
Yeah.
You put Rehan Ahmed in at 3 after losing a wicket early. He's able to whack it. Like, worst thing, he can lose his wicket. Then number 4 batter comes in, and then especially lower down in the order, when say there's been a collapse, he can be that counter attacker. But then there's this double-edged sword of whether you want him to play his natural game or if you want him to just block the hell out of the ball and build it back up. But even
Okay.
then, his leg spinning is very threatening. He's very
Yeah.
much like an Adil Rashid.
I would like to quickly move on to the Indian national team in general, about how they show themselves. Because so England got 669. So Siraj bowls Chris Wokes. Yeah, at that point he was getting battered by the England bowlers. he was like 110 for 0. He was getting absolutely battered, go about 5 over. He bowls Chris Stokes. Then he decides to celebrate. Yeah, you can celebrate a wicket, yeah. Then he starts running around, going crazy, and did the Sue. Mate, you've been absolutely battered, and you go out and celebrate like that. What does that show about yourself? Well, it doesn't put great look on yourself, does it? You, because in most situations, because it says here, before Siraj got wicket, England have 528 for 6. In most situations, when cricketers get wickets like that late and they're getting battered, they don't really celebrate. But he goes out there acting like he's the big man. He's been bowling great and he's got a big wicket. Just poor. Then moving on to their second innings, India. What are they doing? I need you to explain to me what they're doing because I don't get why they're trying to play for a draw. Yes, there was only a day and a half left, but the pitch was that flat. You could have got India could have got probably 200, at least 180 to 200 lead, and they could have cleared and try and defend that
Yeah.
easily. But they decided to go at a run rate of 2.97 and play for a draw. I don't get it because I might not get it because I know if Ben Stokes was in that situation, he would have tried and find a way to win the match. I don't get why India didn't try and find a way to win the match.
I think that's the
'Cause
difference in the mindset because England are very much pro Bazball. This is only the second draw that they've ever had. And look at
Yeah,
India, they've had so many other draws, like that famous India versus, I think it was either Australia or New Zealand. The way they managed to save that test, like if that were the case here, then England would be complaining because they don't play for tests, they play to win. But India have a very different mindset. They simply look to survive here. They didn't look to do a victory push.
but my thing is, the series was on the line.
It
They
really
can't win the
was.
series now. That's it. England either win it or draw it. Or England really want to be salty at them. Do you know what England could do? Play for the draw in the fifth game. If we really want to be salty, we can play for the draw at the fifth game and show India that in that fourth game you should have went for it. Because
Yep,
if they went for it, England could have collapsed in that fourth innings easily.
they could
Because
have, yeah.
we've seen England do it before. Bazball, they'd try and attack them, they get out quickly. That easily could have happened.
But I think India were really worried, especially considering their bowling options. Like, because we could really tell from England's first innings, the bowlers were really tired. They were bowled marathons. Jasprit Bumrah I saw this really interesting statistic. In the third test, he bowled about 20% of his balls over 140 Ks. But then in this test, it was only about 2%. He was operating in that 130 to 120 range. And that's, to put that into perspective, that was similar to what Anshul Kamboj was bowling. And he got absolutely whacked. So this is why it's so important that they manage Bumrah's workload efficiently. He shouldn't have played the fourth test. He shouldn't have played it. And he shouldn't play the next one, but we all know that he is going to, in order for India to try and salvage this series. But I really think England they've got so many more bowling options, and they have the luxury that almost all of their bowlers are able to bat, compared to India, who really struggle for that batting depth. We've seen in that third test, if they had some more batting depth, if Siraj actually knew how to bat, they would have won that game. But here, they were really over conservative. Like, they didn't want it to go down to that lower order. That's why they weren't taking risks. And that's why they ended up only losing about 4 wickets.
Yeah, it was just. It wasn't. They made it, and the ending of the actual test match when I don't know what your thoughts on this, but I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, apparently it
England,
was quite a heated exchange.
yeah,
I've read a part of the like where India wanted to shake hands a bit earlier, but then Stokes said
No,
no?
no,
Or was that
no.
something?
India didn't. No, India didn't. England wanted to.
Oh,
England wanted to shake hands early so they could save, um, so they could get some rest. And but they told them no, that they didn't want. It was the Indian batters didn't want it because they wanted to get hundreds.
yeah. Well, that's understandable to an extent though, because like, especially when Washington Sundar was batting, that would have been his first Test century. So I think, like, yeah, rest is very important, especially considering the marathon that England have bowled. But I get that decision though. I do get it.
I don't get it. This might be a bit biased, but I don't get it
Yeah.
because at that point they were just hitting both our part-time spinners, no part-time bowlers for sixes. It was it's not they won't even get Test century against our proper bowling lineup. Like in the last like 15 overs before we shook hands, England was just bowling Brook and Root because they wanted to save their bowlers. So it was like the point what Stokes gave. Stokes told Jadeja that do you really want to get a what does gain a century against Harry Brook actually mean? It's Harry Brook.
Yep. Mhm.
Cool is Test match century, but it's not like great. It's not like oh what's innings. It's just
I feel like for Sundar it was more special than Shubman Gill because your first Test century is always going to be your favorite. I think.
yeah. I just thought the Indian team, the last couple of tests, they've really shown themselves as not like that.
Yeah, the sportsmanship hasn't been great, has
No,
it?
it's not. It's not there for them. And they just sort of they think that they're. I don't really know what
But why
words
do
to
you
put
why
it
do you
in.
why do you think the ICC has an eye in it?
True.
Yeah.
They think it's just weird. They've been acting weird. It's
No, this is my
something's
issue
off.
with India the entire time. Like, obviously, as a Pakistan fan, I'm slightly biased, but I think it's like, yeah, geopolitical relations, they obviously play a part, but it's just the fact the 2023 ODI World Cup, look at Pakistan. We came over to India, no problems. Can we agree on that? They came over to
Yeah.
India, no problems. But then as soon as the Asia Cup happens, when they need to come over to us, oh no, oh no, we're gonna get shot. Well, oh no, I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh no, they came over to our country, but we didn't do anything. Oh no, but what are we gonna do when we go to theirs?
Yeah.
But I think it just proves my point. India think they're a lot bigger. Like, it really does emphasize the joke I make. Like, why do you think there's an I in the ICC? It stands for India. It's not international because India they get a large proportion of the money from ICC. Yes, lots of Indians do watch cricket, so that's fair enough. Lots of money comes from India. Like we look all across the world for franchise cricket. India have stakes in most of them. Like look at the 100 special coming soon. But
Yes.
about 4 or 5 of the teams, most of the teams are Indian owned. Like for example,
Yes. Recently. Yeah.
Oval,
It happened recently.
yeah, Oval Invincibles. I'm so angry at this. They prized away Rashid Khan from Trent Rockets because he plays for some of the MI teams. I'm so angry about that. I'm so mad. And you know what's even worse? So KKR's owners, Shah Rukh Khan, they were about to buy a stake in Trent Rockets. I would pay
Yeah.
money to see Trent Knight Riders. I would have loved to see that. But guess what? They pulled out. They pulled out.
No, I've seen Trent Rockets are being brought by.
They've been bought by an American team, haven't they?
Yeah. No, they've been brought by Chelsea's football club owner Todd Bowley.
Oh no! Oh, you're actually kidding. You're not.
No.
Are you joking?
No.
Oh my days. You know what? We can save this for the 100 special. We're digressing.
No, the 100 special is going to be talking about the actual tournament, not this part. This is separate.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. nothing else I'd mention about the 100. It's about Manchester Originals. Next year, in 2026, they're going to be renamed
What are they going to be renamed to?
the Manchester Supergiants.
I'm Alright. Oh my days. Do you know what? Lucknow Supergiants, that makes sense. Durban Supergiants, that makes sense. But Manchester Supergiants. Hey, that's even worse than Manchester City or Manchester United. Manchester Supergiants. No, that's the team I support. Honestly.
Bad. It's bad.
hmm
I
Imagine.
don't mind, guys. I don't mind the IPL team coming in and buying all these teams. That you don't need to rename them. Come on.
Yeah. Imagine Oval Invincibles become Oval Indians. Am I Oval?
This mean the teams are fine as they are.
Yeah, exactly. It's completely fine. I don't see a need for them to change it. I think, I remember Delhi Capitals owners, they bought a stake somewhere. I swear, if they renamed that team to something Capitals, then, honestly, it's just, Indian cricket honestly thinks it's much bigger than it really is, and no one's willing to fight against them just because of how much influence they have. That's the issue. Look at the
No,
100 this year. No Pakistani players are playing. They've been isolated from it. Of course, there is another argument like, that Pakistani players haven't been doing as well, but you can't tell me that no Pakistani player deserves to be in the 100. It's simply not possible. We have
well,
amazing
no.
players, but
Say
what?
that again.
What's with the judgmental look? Okay, let's hear this. Corey, come on. What's with the look?
No. Say what you said again. Say it again.
I feel like Pakistani players deserve to play in the 100. We have good players.
Yeah, that second part. You have good.
Yes, we do, and I stand by that.
Okay. Okay.
He's just a hater. He's just a hater. I swear, he's in on it with the Indians. He's in on it with them. I
No,
tell you.
no, no.
It all makes sense now. He hates this just because he says he's an Indian fan.
No. I can't see. Oh, I'm just reading something right now about England and India.
What happened? This is the one with.
Archdeep Singh set to make his Test debut in the 5th Test.
I was gonna speak about the Indian lineup. I was gonna mention Arshdeep Singh. So okay,
Yeah,
we're gonna leave this 100 stuff behind now. We're gonna save that for the 100 special. Let's move back to this. So I was gonna say Indians bowling attack for the next test. It needs to be Arshdeep Singh. I want to see Prasid Krishna come back finally. Kuldeep Yadav coming back in. Then I want to. Suraj has played loads of the tests. I want Anshul Kamboj to get a second chance. And then you'll have Jadeja, and I want. Although Sundar has been amazing, I don't know if he should play in the 5th test.
Yeah, here's the update what I'm reading here. Kuldeep Yadav is likely to play.
He better play. If he doesn't play, there will be an uproar.
Akashdeep is likely to return too.
Hmm.
And Kulam Bumrah will be made in the next 24 hours.
I don't know how I feel about Akashdeep. He was good in one of the tests, but honestly, I look at the other options. I think he's a left-arm pacer, isn't he? Akashdeep. He's a left-arm pacer.
Arshdeep Singh and Akashdeep both set to play.
I don't know if you need to go in for the two left-armers. I honestly think Prasid Krishna and
Ooh. I'm looking at there's a picture of the pitch.
Is there? Which
Yeah,
pitch? Which what?
the pitch for the fifth
What
test.
where's it being held? Is it Lords?
No, oval.
Oh, the Oval. Oh.
I'll tell you now, it's very green.
So spin is likely to play a big part then.
No, that looks
Oh.
like a beauty for pace bowlers from what I'm
Beauty for
looking at
pace
here.
bowlers. All right.
Yeah, it saying here it could be very similar to the World Test Championship final. It's going to be Pacers paradise.
Oh, dang, that's really good then. That is really good. But this is
Well,
where
it could
India.
change it could change in 2 days' time, but
Yeah. But this
that
is
way
what.
currently looking on.
Yeah, but this is where India shot themselves in the foot because in the fourth test, like we saw Bumrah's speeds being down. Here, he would have been unplayable if he hadn't played the fourth test.
Yeah, but they should have known that Manchester is always flat.
Yep. I think
But
there was a
the
converse
pitch,
argument to bring in Bumrah just because it is flat. Like, because they need something threatening.
the pitch in Manchester is always flat.
Mm-hmm.
There's always loads of runs. So yeah,
Mm-hmm. I think the fifth test will be a very interesting one because England's paces and India's paces, there's a big difference. And there's also a difference
Jamie
in.
Austin's world class. What are you on about?
You remember that
Hey,
cricket captain absolutely threw the game?
I love Jamie Overton. I ain't lying about. I'm joking. Absolutely, I do not rate Jamie Overton at all.
But what was the T20I where he absolutely butchered it, or was that an ODI? Which
It was
which
in
one
the.
was
It was in.
West Indies, wasn't it?
No. Where he messed up. It was. Oh, what was the last ICC tournament?
The last ICC tournament, the
Yeah,
Champions Trophy 2025.
that's it. It was that. It was against. Who was it
Afghanistan, was
against?
it?
Yes, and we was in a comfortable position. Joe Root got out. He
Mm.
came in. He got like 50 something. Then all of a sudden he was going well. He looked going well. He looked like he was going manage to take England to victory and get us into the give us a chance of going through. And he decided to do the most stupid thing ever, and he's literally just chipped it to the fielder.
Has he? Hmm.
So, hey, but he's played one Test match in his career. He got 97 runs.
That's fair enough.
It was against New Zealand at the beginning of the Stokes era. But I don't, I know, I don't get why he's in the Test squad. I really don't.
Hmm.
I really don't get why he still get picked for England in general. I
I
don't
think.
think he's good enough at all.
Yeah, but then again, it's a question of who else do you pick then? Because Jamie Overton, he's been proven. Like, obviously he's made some mistakes, but who else do you pick? Let's see. Who else would you pick instead of Jamie Overton?
I would like to see. I never got why Sam Cook didn't get opportunity this series. I know he did bowl well against Zimbabwe, but I still would have gave him a game.
Who, Sam Curran?
No, Sam Cook,
Oh,
not
Sam
bloody Sam.
Cook.
I'll go nowhere near Sam Curran.
What about Tom Curran?
Bloody, he. I've got words about him. What I won't repeat on this podcast.
I can edit it out, you know.
He's an. There you go. Or just bleep it. Whatever I said, just bleep it. So they know I've said something about him.
I'll just cut the audio out for that part.
No, bleep it, so people know I've said something bad about him.
Alright. Anyway, so obviously I'm a big Sam Cooke enthusiast. You know this. I love
Yeah,
the
I know
guy.
you are.
I love the
Yeah.
guy. On that lifeless pitch, I don't think he could have done something on that lifeless pitch. I don't think.
Yeah, no, but Wokes hasn't done anything for 4 games in a row.
Yeah, I feel like maybe they could drop Wokes and put in Sam Cook. That's potentially something they could
Or
think about.
I'm looking at these other bowlers. Like I don't get why with Tess saying like, I don't get why they hate Matthew Potts. I don't know what he's done wrong, to be honest.
Yeah, it's true. I think there's a lot of like obviously he's been through some injuries. Obviously England are looking to keep that batting depth. That's something that we've all noticed. That's why they're persisting with Chris Wokes because he's able to bat. And then like that's why they're sort of leaning away from Sam Cook and Matthew Potts because they're not like as prolific batters as Chris Wokes is and Bryden Carse is. So
Paul, he didn't do it wrong though, didn't he? He bowled decently, Potts.
mhm.
And it just got rid of him.
It's really sad, isn't it?
It's like I understand the batting depth, but
Like
still,
obviously, yeah. Chris Wokes is an interesting subject. He's been horrendous the entire series, I'd like to think.
I think it's time to move on.
It is, it
He,
really is. He is not the bowler that you're going to take to the Ashes. He won't do anything in Australia.
no, because number one, it's away. You thought it was bad in England.
He's worse
Wait,
away.
wait till he goes away. um, this week going to the series, I thought he was going to be our best bowler. To be honest,
He really wasn't. He underwhelmed.
because he he's really good in England, and I just thought, yeah, he's going to be our best. Then no, he hasn't done that much with the bat either. It's like we're pointing there, oh yeah, but he can do stuff with the bat. He hasn't even done much with the bat
So
at all.
I'm going to ask you this question. What do you think the bowling pool or sort of bowlers do you think they're going to take to the Ashes? Like,
Okay.
let's see.
So Archer will be there. Mark Wood will be there if he's fit. Atkinson will be there. Carse will be there. I know Denver will definitely be there. Um, they're like my guaranteed. Those four will definitely be there. England will definitely want to take them.
Okay, yeah.
I think Tong might be there because he's tall. He's a tall fast bowler, so I reckon Tong will be there.
Yeah.
But after that, it's a struggle. It really is a struggle.
I feel like Sam Cook really provides a difference in the attack though, because
He won't be there.
no,
Sam won't be there.
he's been on the county circuit for quite a while. He knows how the red ball works,
Yeah,
and
we know that. Strong. I understand where you're coming from. I understand what you're going to say. But
yeah,
if, if he got dropped, he didn't even play a game, but got dropped out the squad after 2 games without even playing a game or 3 games, it proves that they're not. He was just there in case an injury happens and he has to play. England clearly don't rate him enough to play
yeah, that's fair enough.
because
Maybe
of
if
his
he had
batting.
a maybe he had a bit of maybe if he had a bit of extra pace, and maybe if he knew how to bat a bit more, then maybe.
I just don't know who else. Will Jamie Overton go? I hope not, to be honest. I I really don't want them to take Chris Wokes. I don't think they will, but I've got a feeling they might take him. I
There
don't
are
want them to
quite a
spend.
few bowlers on the red ball circuit who have proved themselves, I think, but obviously it will take time to develop those bowlers, but
This for me, this why I don't see a lot of people coming in making their debut because it's the Ashes. You want people with experience because what happened last night in the last Ashes in Australia? We took people in who barely played for England, and what happened?
yeah. Mhm.
It ended horribly. We got absolutely battered. So England are going to make the same mistake again. So these people who you see in the squad right now are most likely going to the Ashes
Mhm.
with a couple more people like Mockwood,
So
and you take it 18.
Okay,
You
but
take more players when you go away because so they're there. So it, I don't see a lot of different people coming in. People who's been around the squad, who's got plenty of experience in England. We won't go for unexperienced players.
so who would you think would be your wild card option out of these guys? Like your wild card?
What bowling, batting, or anyone.
We'll say in general. In general.
Wild card.
Like who do you think, like currently we don't rate right now, but will surprise us in the Ashes?
What? So does it have to be a new player or current player who I reckon will do well?
It can be any player. Let's see.
I reckon someone who have a very, very good Ashes series down under. I know, I know. I won't say it's wild card, but I reckon here's the bold prediction for you. Looking for a bold prediction. The highest run scorer in the Ashes will be Jamie Smith.
Jamie
Out of,
Smith.
out of England,
Oh.
out of England and Australian batters, Jamie Smith will be the highest run scorer.
That is a bold prediction. That's a bold one.
I just reckon. It will suit him. It He just seems that type of player who I just reckon he would do really well in Australia. I reckon the conditions you because he's not because for James Smith he's worse. This is most England batters, but he's worse against spin than pace bowlers. But
Yeah.
that's nearly every England batter. Okay,
Except from Ben Duckett, the sweeper himself.
no, I don't know about that.
No, Ben Duckett, he's an
Recently,
absolute master against spin. He's an absolute powerhouse with his sweeps and
yeah,
reverse sweeps.
I don't really know why I'd say James Smith, but I reckon he will be. I
We'll
just
have to wait
reckon.
till the Ashes to see how well this ages, then I can point and laugh at you afterwards. Right then. So, what next?
West Indies, Australia.
Alright then. Well, as we all know, they got whitewashed 5-0 in the T20s and
Yeah.
3-0 in the tests. So 8-0 across the entire tour. That's the second most for a whitewash in like history, international history. There's a lot to make of it. Of course, there's one thing I want to point out first. In all the T20s, guess who batted first?
West Indies.
They were defending the entire time. So obviously, there's a little bit of discrepancy there, but that's still not an excuse for the sorry performance that they had.
They shouldn't have lost the last game though.
hmm That was just
But
bottled.
I was unlucky. I was unlucky.
hmm
Uh, no, actually, no. I read it wrong. Sorry. No. Yeah. So yeah, they're basically having that emergency meeting about West Indies cricket. They
hmm
need it.
They really do. I think it's more of an issue of like one thing performs, but then the other one doesn't. Like the three aspects: batting, bowling, and fielding. If the bowling is really good, then the rest are the horrible. If the batting is really good, the bowling and fielding is horrible. If the fielding is good, the batting and bowling is both horrible. So it's a fact that they're not consistent enough. I'd say and the issue is Darren Sammy raised this issue. Nicholas Puran, their best batter in T20Is, he retired. He was enticed by the franchise circuit.
Yeah.
So that's a real big issue for not just West Indies, but like international teams in general. The allure of
Yeah.
franchise
Yeah.
cricket.
For the I won't say for the big nations. I think the big nations are fine, but I think
Mostly.
the West Indies, Sri Lankas, those are they're in trouble because, or like the Bangladesh, Afghanistan, because their players are looking at the franchise money. Where I think
Yeah.
like England, India, Australia, New Zealand,
Like India
they'll
don't
just
even play any franchise cricket.
they'll just produce more players.
hmm
who will be good enough to beat the low nations. So it's like,
Hmm. It's a weird one, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
because for West Indies in general, Nicholas Puran, he was about 26, 30 when he around that age when he retired. That is a very early retirement.
yes.
And then I think loads more West Indian cricketers will follow that path, and that's going to be a real struggle for West Indies. Like, we've seen them try and integrate in new talents like Jediah Blades, then Jewel Andrew, and then some of their other batters and bowlers, but then we've seen how like poor their performances have been. I mean, aside from Jediah Blades in the fourth T20 where he picked up 3 wickets, that on another day that would have been a match-winning performance. But on this pitch, and that kind of like the fact that they were defending the entire time in the Caribbean, which you really don't want to be doing. You want to be chasing in the Caribbean. That's honestly something that's really brought them down a lot.
It's not great. Um, they're in trouble. Something needs doing because I thought people was thinking about West Indies cricket. White ball, everyone thought that they're good at white ball, but
It's really been a
um,
decline ever since the 2016 World Cup, hasn't it? It's really been a decline.
yeah, and they've thought. I think was it. I think going into the last T20, people thought there was going to be a good fight because they're. I think going to T20 they just beat England in a T20 series, so people
Yeah.
thought, oh yeah, they're going to be decent, but isn't it? They just underperformed in their own country, so it's just like
Yeah. And we all know how England's chances ended against India, which is a completely different scenario on its
say
own.
why brought that up?
Hmm?
Why
It
talk
links
about
into
that?
our argument of why there's an I in the ICC.
Oh my days.
Anyway, right, should we call it there for the day? I feel like we've been recording for a while. Should we call it there?
Yeah, yeah.
Right then, thank you for tuning in this week, Wicketers. Make sure to like and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell in order to not miss another episode. And
Yes.
what are we doing in a couple days' time?
Yes, we will be filming the 100 special.
We'll be going to be going through every individual team. We're going to be having a look, and we're going to be giving our thoughts and opinions. And we will try. It might be very long because we have lots of thoughts and opinions on these players, but you know what? It's 100 special. Who cares? It can be as long as we want. But anyway, thank you for tuning in, Wicketers. We will see you next week.